Well, hello again. We've got another one of these fantastic multicultural mailer online business forums, and they've been going for a while now, and they complement our monthly business workshops. And soon we'll have a startup program, and then we'll even have a mentoring program. So this is a crucial part of the whole thing. It covers topics that aren't covered in other areas in a way that isn't covered in other areas. And the man that's putting it on is the man himself, Shockett. So, multicultural is getting into business mainly through the efforts of people like this guy. And so far it's been going pretty good. And I think he's pretty happy, and well, he should be. So I'll just throw it over to you. You're right from now. Okay.
Thanks. Well, there's a big team behind onshore and offshore, and you got the main man, Travis. So it's not just a lone ranger like me. So the question now is, are you in the right place? Because there's a lot of seminars, webinars, stuff out there. Look, ultimately, I won't say stop what you're doing. The whole idea of these weekly webinars is do what you're doing. You're on Facebook, whatever, do what you're doing. You're driving, you're having a smoke or break, but listen to it in the background. And so who is this for? Chances are you're stuck in the income trap. Silent suffering went from being time to time to becoming the norm. Uncertainty has become certainty. And so we believe the sacrifice of entrepreneurship should be rewarded with true autonomy and wealth, not a self-made prison. It's a lot of high-income people who are struggling, believe it or not. So a business should serve its owner, building an asset for the future, not just creating a high-stress job for today. So ultimately, what we focus on in these Wednesday ones is today's sale, because we need to get paid, but also tomorrow's wealth simultaneously, not as a separate thing. Okay, a little bit about you. The question you want to start with, and it might feel a little close to home. Does this sound familiar? Let me ask you. Your business has grown, which is fantastic, but the chaos has grown right alongside it. You find yourself at the center of every big decision, pulled into solving every urgent problem. You've created a successful enterprise, but secretly it feels like you've just built yourself a high-stress, high-stakes job. And the big nagging question remains, if you were to step away for a week, a month, would the business thrive or just survive? Or would it even do that? So you're not alone if you feel this way. It's the overwhelmed owner problem. And it's the first sign that your business is running you instead of the other way around. Let's talk about the market. Many of us are experts in our field, but when we look around, we see a sea of sameness. Our competitors are making the same promises using the same language. Great service, great quality, great price. The result, customers can't tell the difference, so they default to the only one thing they can compare, which is price. So we get squeezed on margins. We're constantly asked for discounts, and it feels like we're in a brutal race to the bottom. We know there has to be a smarter way than just working harder to sell more of the same thing. So how do we break out of this trap and create real defensible value that customers will happily pay a premium for, and that our competitors can't just copy and paste? So this leads to the founder's paradox. On the outside, we're a bit like Alexander or Alexandria. We've achieved real success. We've earned the respect of our peers and our industry, and we should be proud of that. But privately, we're frustrated. We feel like the hardest working person in our own company, the one putting out all the fires, but the last one to truly enjoy the rewards of all that effort. The truth is, the demands of the business have outgrown the system we started with. The question we're wrestling with is no longer, how do I survive? But how do I build a business that finally starts to serve my life, rewarding my work with more freedom, autonomy, not just more and more responsibility? So today, we're going to continue part 2, and I'll quickly go over part 1, but there's a recording for episode 5, and we'll share that. So we're going to This is the most overlooked, yet most powerful asset in our entire business. The customers we've already earned. Now, yesterday at the Multicultural Business Forum in live, one of the questions was, should we focus on getting new customers or focusing on maximizing existing customers? My view is, if you want new customers, you need money. The cost of marketing is going higher and higher. Where are you going to get that money? You can borrow money from the banks, equity, debt, or you can get investors. In both cases, you become a slave. Or you can tap into what you already have. So this is an asset, it's leaking value every single day, and the leak is almost invisible, so your accountants won't find it. So we're not going to spend time talking about spending more money on advertising or chasing risky new trends. Instead, we're going to talk about building a simple, elegant engine inside our business. So a loyalty loop that recaptures that loss of value and turns it into reliable, low effort profit, all without a single dollar of additional cost or risk. We're working smarter, not harder. So you want harder, leave that to the competitors. And it starts with a simple story about a glass of iced tea. I've already gone through this, but this is the principle I want to focus on, because it doesn't matter, marketing changes, as we heard yesterday. Strategies change, but I have seen myself, when strategies fail, chances are the principles are weak or non-existent. So let's use this principle of the glass of the iced tea analogy. But before we do that, you're probably wondering, who is Shocket? Who is this guy talking? Right, so I'll give you a quick intro of myself. You know, there's a strange paradox that happens on the road to business success. From the outside, we have the name, the reputation, the revenue, the logos, everything. We are the picture of success, but inside we're the hardest working person, right? So it feels like we haven't built a business, but a higher paying, higher stress job for ourselves. That's what this whole Wednesday thing is. So for me, that, we have to think that feeling isn't a sign of failure. It's very important. So we get bogged down with judging ourselves. It's a sign that our business is demanding a new level of leadership from us. We're the leaders. Even if we're solo on our own, first we need to lead ourselves mentally before we can lead our customers and then have a team and lead them. So we need to shift from being the master technician in our business to becoming the grand strategy or grand strategist or architect of our business. So we've heard of working in the business, on the business. I prefer to work above the business. What does that mean? The business becomes a product. The business itself becomes a product. So we're making sales, but we're increasing value. So my entire valuation, wealth, my entire career has been a journey to understand that shift. I didn't start in strategy. I started on the street. I was selling real estate for El Johoka Sunnybank Hills after uni, taking on expired listings that market experts couldn't sell and getting them across the line. So I was a finance broker, learning how to get deals funded outside of standard policy. So people who would get rejected by banks would come to me. I'll go back to the same bank, have a conversation, get it approved. So it's pure hustle, and it taught me nothing happens until a sale is made. Okay, then I spent nearly 15 years inside a corporate giant, right, Telstra. There I saw the other side. I wasn't just chasing sales, I was leading teams to find and plug multi-million-dollar financial leakages. I was using automation, robotics process automation, machine learning. That was in 2016. And also Lean Six Sigma to build basically bulletproof systems, but at massive scale. So for years, these two worlds felt completely separate, the street level hustle and the boardroom level system. So the bridge, the thing that connected it all, was my MBA, my Master of Business Administration at university, where I was fortunate enough to make the Dean's Honor Roll. It gave me the framework to connect the dots, to take the robust, scalable systems from the corporate world and apply them to the urgent real world needs of business owners that don't have unlimited funds and unlimited resources. So that's my work today. As a mentor for the Queensland government and a facilitator for the Multicultural Business Forum on the Wednesdays, my entire focus is on two things. First, we build our fortress. We find the hidden gold in our business so we can command our price with confidence. Second, we build our freedom architecture. We design the systems that allow our business to thrive without being the central cog for every single decision. So that is how we create a truly valuable, sellable asset. That doesn't mean we have to sell, but let's face it, it's nice to have a $10 million business versus a $3 million business. And if we need to release equity because life happens, we have enough funds to release the equity. We don't have to touch our home and put the family at risk. But this starts by fixing a fundamental leak in our growth strategy right now. So let me tell you about a glass of iced tea, okay? But quickly, I forgot the slide, the legalities. At the end of the day, everything I give is generic advice, all right? You implement it. If you're gonna implement it, pilot, test it, start small, fail fast, learn fast. Don't go and put don't put your house on it. Very important that you think about it first, try small, and then grow iteratively. Don't just put a lot of money at it. And if you're going to do something, have a backup plan just in case it fails, because it does takes at least 5 tries, in my experience, before you get a control. Very rarely we try something first, second, or third time it works. And if it does, it's a false economy. It does take work and persistence. Got it? All right. So imagine it's a hot day. We've been working hard. We come inside parched, very thirsty, and we take the time to brew a perfect tall glass of iced tea. It's exactly what we need. But then we do the strangest thing. We take one small sip, just enough to wet our lips, and then pour the entire rest of the glass right down the drain. Because we're still thirsty, we immediately turn around and go through the whole process of brewing another full glass, only to take one sip, maybe two, dump it out again. So does that sound like a sane way to quench our thirst? Of course not. It's utterly absurd. This is exactly how most businesses approach their marketing. They do all the hard, expensive work to create a customer, to brew that perfect glass. But they only take one small sip, maybe two, that first sale, maybe an upsell, and then they pour the rest of the potential value down the drain, immediately turning their attention to the expensive, time-consuming process of brewing a brand new glass from scratch. So the fastest, most reliable way to grow is to simply drink more of the tea you already have. So I've already gone through this last week. I'm going to give you a quick overview. It's all about unlocking hidden profit. And the mindset is this, right? Think of it as someone starting a new diet. The first purchase might be a book explaining the diet, but is that the end? No, it's just the beginning. Next, they need cookbooks, special foods, supplements, maybe even coaching. All of these additional steps are opportunity for us to be of greater service, and in doing so, generate more sales. So by understanding their complete buyer journey, we can identify exactly what to offer them next. This is the heart of a truly effective repeat sales engine. So whether I'm selling ice cream or I'm in industrial, we tend to think I'm a one and done service. I only do this once. I come from real estate. How many people are going to buy real estate from me again? Also in finance, how often? It's rare. But then if I only think about what I have to offer instead of the customer journey, I'm kind of doing a disservice to myself, but I'm also doing a disservice to my customers, because there's so many options out there today, so many fake reviews. They've trusted me, they've spent money on me. The least I can do is facilitate the entire journey. And yes, you explained that we are a business, we are here to generate income, but at the same time, we want to make sure the client lives with us forever. So I'll quickly go over this from cradle to grave. I think someone mentioned that yesterday as well. They didn't use the word grave. I mentioned grave because that's a reality. Okay, so method was the encore. Very quickly, it's about right now, if you don't want to spend extra money on marketing, go back to your existing customers and offer them what you already have. I know it's crazy, right? Whatever you sell, just offer it. Now, why do we want to do that? Put some thought into this. Sometimes they want to buy, sometimes they have, like, if we're doing, for example, real estate, again, I want to give a complex example. I've just sold a house. I go back to the buyer and say, hey, would you like another house? Most will say no. Some of them want to invest in property. Some of them want to have multiple houses. It's not for me to judge them. It's for me to offer it to them. Some of them will know someone else who may want to buy the same property. So if I don't offer it to my customers, nothing happens. But usually we get afraid, oh, that sounds ridiculous. You just sold a house to them. Why would they want to buy another house? You sold just a manufacturing equipment to them. Why would they? Again, put some thought into this. Understand the customer journey and who are they around, who's surrounding them. They might not want it. They might want to spare. They might want to inform others of it. So if you carefully craft the word, you hit them and also their social surrounding. Okay, that's number one. Method two, again, go back to the replay and I go into detail. Repeat our best-selling campaign. So run it multiple times. So before I said offer it to them, now do it multiple times. So why people forget? How many emails do we remember that we received in the last 5 minutes? Now think about how many emails do we remember that we sent ourselves, the ones we wrote, the one we crafted. Just in the last 10 minutes, maybe half an hour, what did we actually write? Who did we write it to? It's going to be hard. So when we repeat these offers on a monthly basis or quarterly basis, again, you need to think about this, right? Monthly, quarterly, whatever, it's out of sight, out of mind. People don't know, people forget. So it's just a matter of coming back to them. I just sold the house to you. I offered it something to you. Maybe you're not in the right state. You want to get settled in, or maybe you're doing something else. I'll come back to you in a month or so, and I'll say, hey, just a reminder, this house is for sale. Maybe you know somebody. Maybe it's of interest to you. What do I lose? Nothing. I'm not pushing it down their throat. Okay, number three. We did only 4 last week, so we're going to do the final 4. And this is how I approach every business as an investor, but also as a consultant. So again, this is about taking full advantage of the full journey. So how often we generate more sales, more customers, but then it puts an operational strain. Our employees get frustrated. There's too much. It's hard to find good talent nowadays in Australia, right? So we make more sales, but then our employees are naturally grumbling, hey, you're giving me too much work. Then the customer service get affected. So how do we generate more sales without having operational and financial impact? Once we understand the full journey, we just offer someone else's complementary products or services. We don't ask for anything back. This is not, hey, I promote you, you promote me, I scratch my back, I scratch your back. No, let's just focus on the customer journey. What do they want? Go to the one who will help them. So before we do something, during what we sell, after what we sell, there's 3 phases. Find out what others have to offer. Set up a structure, a strategic alliance, a simplified strategic alliance. Say, look, I'll bring you more customers. I'll bring you more sales. I've got the relationship. We offer it to our customers. They handle all the operation, the fulfillment, the back end. I'm oversimplifying it, but that's how big businesses run. Right? Big businesses, when you look at it closely, they're just made up of small functions. What are they? They're all individual business units. Really, they're all different businesses. So when we start thinking big, even though we're small, we start scaling. People love the word scaling, but this is scaling. And so now we generate revenue. The margins are what, 95%, 100% margins, because we don't have the operational stress. Where do we use that money? Yes, we can buy a Porsche. It'd be nice, but we can put that back into marketing. We can spend more than our competitors, beat them, and then get the higher value clients. And that's where, again, coming back to the question you said, should you get more customers or should you focus on your existing customers? My view is spend more on the existing customers, generate that revenue, either selling through your products or selling someone else's complementary products, and then put that money back into marketing to get good new clients. So start with the end in mind. Final one, Fourth one is now you automate it. Remember what I said, we want to focus on wealth. What makes a business valuable? Again, we don't need to sell it, but what makes it valuable? The sales are automated. How do we do that? So once we put these systems in place, every month, every quarter, we're offering our products, we're offering someone else's products. It's a chain and it's consistent. So often people will look at it, they'll forget. So, but that 20% of people who are ready to buy now, they're aware of their problems, they're aware of solutions, but they don't know how to choose because, again, so many options online, so many fake reviews. Who do you choose? You don't want to end up as a statistic on the current affairs, right? So you go to the ones you trust. And so now we offer it on an automated basis. Emails just go out, direct mail just goes out, whatever we need to, depending on how much funds we have. Email is free, direct mail is more effective, but it costs. So there has to be some money maths behind it. But our main thing is it's automated. It's repeat, it's regular. I hate the word passive, but it is. All we go to is line up a few partners and we got a chain of automation. All right, so now, and like it says, set it and forget. So this week we're going to focus on methods 5, 6, 7, and 8. Feel like a dancing instructor. So anyway, let's go to method 5. It's called the reciprocal circuit. Now this next method is a bit more advanced and requires some extra coordination, but the payoff can be enormous. You see, nothing worthwhile is easy. Let's get that out of the way. Let's reflect on our whole life. I was watching MasterChef with my daughter and my wife last night, and you see the people, the last two, and the winner, and they're just waving a plate, a gold plate above their head. And I thought, hey, if it was so easy, they wouldn't have so much emotion. They wouldn't have worked so hard for the last 3 months to earn $250,000 prize money for the winner, and 40,000 for the second, 10,000 for the third. Nothing worthwhile is easy. Let's go back to the reciprocal circuit. It's designed to both build our email list and generate significant revenue at the same time. Email revenue. So here we're going to line up 5 other complementary companies in our market and create a circuit. Regularly scheduled promotions. Our own product is included, of course, making a total of 6 products in the circuit. Okay. So here's the process. So once a month, a single product from the circuit is promoted to all 6 members' lists simultaneously. So all these 6 partners, or in total, we target one product with all the partners. So this continues for 6 months. So every month we change until every partner has had their turn in the spotlight. So month 1 is partner 1, month 2, partner 2, and we go on. On the month that our product is being promoted by our 5 partners, so our product is being promoted by the other 5 partners, we could add hundreds, even thousands of new subscribers to our list. And we make new front-end sales at the same time. So then on the other 5 months of the circuit, we're simply sending out one email for a partner's product and collecting revenue, as that's nearly 100% margin. Maybe it's 90% margin. Maybe there's some operational element. Hey, I'll take 90% margin any day of the week. That increases my revenue. It increases my business valuation. So at the end of the 6 months, the entire circuit starts over again. So this is a powerful self-sustaining ecosystem. We've gone above the business, where we are literally getting paid to grow our business. Would you like to get paid to grow your business? I know I would. So it's one of the most effective and comprehensive strategies we can implement. So I'll provide the final 3 methods in a minute. Okay, so method 6. This method is wonderfully easy. It's a way to capitalize on the partnership we've already built. So you're thinking, what else can you do? This guy's got everybody selling him for him. No, there's always the next level. So whenever we gain a new subscriber or a new customer, we should have an automated welcome sequence of emails to help familiarize them with our business, our company. The key is to make these emails genuinely helpful, providing great content and tips related to their goals. We're not beating our chest here, okay? This is not about ego. This is about them. So for example, going back to the diet example, because it's the easiest, but this also applies to any complex products. You just need to tweak it a bit. So if we sell a program on the keto diet, our sequence might include emails on our favorite recipes or tips for eating out. So the selling mechanism here is incredibly subtle and effective because we're thinking about them, not about us. So the magic happens at the very end of each valuable email we send. We simply include a PS that offers one of our partners' products or perhaps one of our own that the customer hasn't bought yet. So it's very low key, something like PS. We're always looking for ways to make your keto journey easier. Nothing is better for this than the bone broth from our friends at Best Bone Broth. Yuck. Take a look here. I can't believe that, but that's an example. So it's a nice subtle way. We're not pushing it. Now, the additional sales we generate from this won't be massive on any single day. Okay, this is part of wealth. It's not about getting rich, it's about having wealth. But because it's in every email of our automated welcome sequence, it will become regular, consistent, and uninterrupted for as long as we're in business. Because we set it up once and it runs forever, the income is pure passive revenue. It's a quiet, elegant way to increase sales and customer loyalty simultaneously. What happens normally? We make an offer, no one bought, so we go back. People take time, right? Coming from a sales background, I remember Peter Crowther telling me from El Joker Sunny Bank Hill, Shocker, if you want to make a sale today, you should have started 6 months ago. I couldn't automate back then. Same principle applies. Repetition, right? Repetition, people will build trust. So the next method is that takes the welcome sequence we just talked about concept and it really ramps it up. So one more. So for this to work best, we'll want to have at least 5 partner products lined up. So instead of just a PS, you're now going to write a short, valuable article in each welcome email that features the benefits of one of these products. We're not just selling, we're educating and hopefully entertaining as well. So the first email might start by saying something like, welcome, in addition to our main program or main product service, whatever it is, we'll carefully research the 5 best tools to help you on your journey. Remember, it's a customer journey. It's not about us. So each day for the next 5 days, we'll show you how one of these tools can help you get results faster. It's about for a lot of successful people and the right clients, they want speed more than anything else. Speed of anything. Could be money, could be health, could be looks, but they want it sooner. All right. So by providing an article that gives our new subscriber a deeper understanding of a topic, we naturally cause more of them to investigate the product we're promoting, right? This education-based approach creates a level of engagement that a simple offer can't match, and it naturally results in more sales. And we don't need to worry about offending new subscribers with these offers. See, a person's interest in achieving their goal is never higher than in the moments after they first subscribed or bought something from us. So whether they've subscribed or bought, there's a reason for that, right? So this is the best time. We're not being pushy, very important. Don't do what every other company does, especially the big ones. We're simply guiding them to more of what they're already actively looking for. So in doing so, we'll not only make more sales, but we'll also build an exceptional degree of customer trust and loyalty at the same time. Okay, so method 8, last one, our final method gives us another wonderful way to generate passive revenue. Everybody talks about passive revenue everywhere else. Our business is the best wealth creation machine. Better than real estate, better than anything else. We just need to have the right model in place. So we want to just, we don't want to just make revenue from our subscribers. We want to make additional passive revenue from all our visitors to our website. So if you have a website and it's not doing very well, listen very carefully. This is how you do it. And again, remember what I said. We're not going to redesign the website, no rebranding, none of that stuff. Leave that to the consultants, okay? We're talking about how do we maximize what we already have for low or no cost. Start with that, generate the revenue. Then you want to gamble on rebranding or whatever, go for it. But now you're not tapping into the piggy bank or the business piggy bank. So we're going to build on the partnerships we've already created. So once we have 10 or more, that sounds crazy, right? But think a little bit ahead. 10 or more partnerships we've already created. We'll simply, set up a resource center page on our website. So there's a resource button. Some people use partner. I don't recommend the word partner, just so obvious. Resource is better. So the page will list every product and service we recommend to help our customers achieve their complete goal. You can go one step further. You can even talk about their journey and what they need in those stages of those journeys. But that's a bit more complicated. Let's focus on the main thing. The main point here is resources. That's the principle. So the majority of these products will be from obviously other companies, all of which pay us a commission at near 100% profit margin. Think about that. Again, operational risk, financial risk, this addresses that. So it generates sales in two simple automated ways. Automated, keep that in mind. First, we can direct all our subscribers to this page by including a link in the PS of every single email we send out. So just a short note that says, to see a list of all the best products for achieving your goals, be sure to check out our resources center. Now think about that for a second. How many businesses have partners? So how would that sound if we put a PS? Be sure to check out our partner portal. Resources center, partner portal. As a buyer, whether I'm a business or a consumer, I'll feel more attracted to a resource center. I don't want them to promote their partner. I want them to focus on me. So second, again, automated. The page is always available to anyone who visits our website. So even if they aren't on our list yet, this allows us to make front-end sales with no effort at all. Now, this won't become our main source of revenue, but if you could bring in 50 extra sales every month, depending on your business type, of course, that's passive income we've generated for free. So our resource center becomes our quiet, helpful salesperson working for us around the clock, 24/7, for years to come. What does that do to the valuation of our business? Okay, so we're thinking, there's a V8 sales engine. We've the main thing is, as I said last week as well, focus on one thing. We've covered 8 methods, right? Don't get overwhelmed. Don't do everything. Pick one that makes sense to you right now. Just one thing. Again, Chris said yesterday in yesterday's seminar, just don't worry about cringe. Just get started. Don't get it right. Just get it going. Just get started with one thing. Don't do everything. Otherwise, it's like looking at a buffet table and starving to death because you don't make a decision. Start with one, what we've discussed last week, this week. Build that one system, see the result it brings, and let that success provide all the energy and motivation, because we need motivation in business, and God knows it, to take the next step. Okay, so as you reflect on this presentation, whether live or replay or reviewing the summary notes, you might find yourself thinking, hey, I'm grappling with low sales and need this to change within days and weeks. Or maybe you're stable, your cash flow is fine, payrolls are being made, but there's clearly untapped profitable opportunities. You just don't know where to look. Or third, you want to multiply the valuation of your business. because you realize business is the best wealth creation machine, but we don't want to lose our health working 100 hours a week. What you don't want is like those big shots, they hustle like crazy, they make $100 million, and then later on they give all that money to specialists. And so there's no point. They lose their health, they lose their wealth, they lose their family. So we want wealth, we want autonomy, doing business on our terms, so we can semi-retire or turn our business into an investment fund that generates 10 years of income every 3 years. So I come from a finance background, that's how I think. So if any of the three, injection, fortification, multiplication slightly resonates, feel free to text MBF, so Multicultural Business Forum, MBF to 0430-370-364, or you can leave a voice message and we can text voice message. You don't have to call, just leave a voice message like on WhatsApp, and we continue the conversation from there. It's a conversation. I don't do sales pitches. I don't do sales pitches disguised as strategy sessions. It's literally just a conversation, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So let's switch over to Q&A. I'm going to stop the recording. I'm going to switch off the notes to protect privacy. And thank you for attending, and I'll see you next week for episode 7.